to restart the phone to get the Bluetooth to work. Okay, guys. I'm eating, sorry. I don't know why I'm doing it right now. I just don't want to take up the rest of the day. It's Tat holiday already. The cleaning lady didn't come today. She must be on holiday. And I spent half the day, I almost hate when she comes. I spend half the day like anticipating her so I can not be here when she comes in or walk out the minute she gets here. I don't like getting in her way. It's only a studio apartment. It's too small for dancing around her. And also I just like, if ever you're gonna go out and have coffee, that's the time of day to do it. When she comes. So I spent half the day waiting. You never know when she's gonna come, and today it was never. So she must be on holiday. This makes sense. All the schools have closed down because. Oh, okay. I'm kind of burying the lead here. We had a COVID outbreak. We've got a few hundred people. I think less than 500, but in all of Vietnam. There's like 20 cases here in Hanoi. It's a city of 8 million people, so it's not a big deal. But everybody's watching, and they just went ahead and shut schools down early because Tat holiday was next week anyway, so they're just like take an extra week off, kids, which is okay. Except of course those are hours that I don't get, but just chalk it up to the par for the course on this year. Last year, it's still going. It's like I said. I don't know. There's nothing that stopped on New Year's. It's gonna keep being shitty the rest of this year. Honestly, we got about another year or two of things. I think slow improvement, but it's gonna be slow improvement. It's not like all of a sudden things are gonna be back to normal. So, yeah. There you go. That. So we had that. A few hundred people, and they're in a city not far from here, but it's a different city. It's and it's concentrated in one area. I didn't catch the story on how it got in, but they were running things like if you see anybody or if you know of anybody that snuck in illegally, you report them. Good idea. I didn't sneak in illegally though. I've been here for a while. I'm not illegal now. Oh, that's another thing. I had my visa got extended another 2 months, so I'm good until the end of March. After all this, I mean, they make big announcements, so it's not like they're gonna try and do this. But in the back of my head, when I try and leave, they're gonna be like, "You ain't got a visa in a year? That's not okay. You gotta pay us a bunch of money." I don't think they're gonna do that because they make a big deal of, okay, look, we're exempting foreigners who came in after this. I just came in like right after the cutoff in March. Every time they've said, if you came in after March 1st, you're okay, we're gonna let you stay. And I came in on the 5th. And it's funny, now that I think about it, I actually had not even thought about that. But I had my original plan when I left Cambodia, when I left the beach town in Cambodia, was to come pretty much straight to Vietnam. I was going to stop for a couple of nights in a town called a town called Kampot, and which is a really nice town. I have no idea why. The beach town that's so popular is called Sihanouk, and it's been very popular for years. And there's like one train in the country that goes between Phnom Penh, the capital in Cambodia, and Sihanouk. And it's for tourists. It runs on the weekend, so it's actually for people who live in Cambodia and just want to go to the beach for the weekend, which is a great little thing, a great little way to get there. But it only runs on like Friday and Sunday or something like that. Anyway, it only has one other stop. So it literally it runs the whole. You don't know how far it is. I can't tell you either. But it's a long drive on a decent highway. So at I guess 60 miles an hour, it takes 10 hours. It's not a short trip, but you can take the train, and the train literally only stops 3 times. The pickup in Phnom Penh and the drop off in Sihanouk and one other town called Kampot. Kampot is it's an old colonial town on a river, and it's very close to a lot of national parks. And they have a lot of national parks, I guess one or two, but that's a lot. How many national parks can you be close to? Yeah. Anyway, so it's really the best town for tourists outside of the ruins. If there's no ancient ruins there, but if you're looking for any place that's not that, it's the best place on the coast. It's really, there's no beach, but it's just a cute little town, and it's very relaxing, and there's little things to do, and yeah, it's way nicer than Sihanouk, at least right now. Sihanouk is under what looks like a permanent state of construction. But I mean, sure, at some point it'll be a lot nicer because of all the construction, but it's not right now. Anyway, so that's a really nice little town. And what the hell was I talking about? I don't even remember. Oh, I was going to leave. I was going to stop in that town for 2 nights and then go straight on into Vietnam. And I decided while I was there, I didn't stay in Kampot, but while I was there for the couple of nights, I found another town called Kep. And it turned out to be awful, and I hated it, but I was like, boy, I could spend, nearly a week there. And, then stroll on into Vietnam. Because at the time, in my mind, I was just like going to stop here and there along the coast. Even in Vietnam, I was going to stop this town and that town, doopy-doopty-doo, all the way up the coast until we're back into China. We know how that turned out. But my plan was to cross into Vietnam earlier, about 4 or 5 days earlier. So I may not have made the cutoff if I hadn't stopped in that little town that looked like it had a beach. I mean, technically it did have a beach, but there, what it lacked was a town. There was nothing there. The beach was shitty. It was awful. I stayed in a cheap little hotel, which was not a big deal. It was a standard sort of thing, but the only thing I really remember, besides it being very cheap and very basic, is that I was drying my face one morning after washing it, put the towel up to my face, and I brought it down, and there's a scorpion in the towel, like looking right at me. God, that was gross. I mean, scary, awful, whatever. Anyway, it was not pleasant. I didn't like that. Because I was like rubbing my face with drying my face, like you do when you dry your face. No, scorpion had crawled in and got in the towel, so that was scary. Anyway, that was that, and that's what caused me to go over and come in after March 1st, which is the cutoff. And that's why I've been getting automatic visa renewals all year. So anyway, that's the story of that. Like you really wanted to hear that. Anyway, though, because of that, I'm now good until the end of March. I guess they just went ahead and made it 2 months because the holiday is this month, Tet, and like I said, it's already started. At least the time off part has started. The holiday hasn't started, but people have already gotten off work and probably left for a home. Well, I hope they're not traveling this year. Guys, you can't get people to not travel, apparently. I'm the travel-lovingest person ever, and I'm like, no, let's all stay in one place for a couple of years, guys. I don't understand why people insist on going places. They just have to spread it. Oh, and then I thought I had COVID. I'm telling the story as I thought I had COVID because obviously I'm doing pretty well. But man, like 2 nights ago, was it 2 nights ago or last night? I think it was 2 nights ago. I was so sick. Now I think it's something I ate, although I didn't have indigestion. I had like a cold. I came down with this sudden and severe cold, severe headache, and my throat's still a little but sinuses, like everything just closed up, and nose started running, and everything went shitty, and and it was exactly the same time as you're seeing in the news that COVID's here. We got COVID all of a sudden in Vietnam, and I was like, well, that's it. I guess I got it. Which it was always very unlikely since I hardly leave the apartment, and there's only 20 cases in all of Hanoi. I think there's 21 cases as of today in all of Hanoi, which is, in a city of 8 million people, not a lot. In the whole country, there's less than 500 right now, active cases. But that's the most we've had since August, I think. Big outbreak in August. That was when people died. 35 people died in August. That's the most. That's the total. That's all that's died here altogether. It was because it hit an old folks' home in Da Nang. Anyway, though, okay. So I don't have COVID. I mean, I hate to give myself a diagnosis, but since I'm doing just fine up and about, and it only lasted, like, I literally woke up the next morning with a mild headache, and that was it. I was done with it. And it was like, oh, okay. I don't know what it was, but it was either a very, very fast virus, or it was something I ate. I don't know if it even works that way, that you can eat something that makes you have the symptoms of a cold. I guess anything can happen. Anyway, all right. Well, that was me yammering for 10 minutes, but that was the update. Nothing's happening with the going to China because of the new outbreaks. I'm not pushing it right now. I'm just letting them contact me. I told them I was interested and wanted to get a written contract from them, and I haven't heard back. And like, I'm not pushing because I don't really want to move or travel. I want to get a good job, but I don't think it's going anywhere because I don't think there's a flood of people coming into China now. And I think probably they're running into trouble on their end trying to get a job approved, or a visa, a work visa approved for China. And since my stuff is kind of safe in Guangzhou, I'm happy to just kind of sit in a holding pattern. Yeah, so that's what's going on now. I haven't been going out, so nothing's really else has happened. I was thinking I would go, since I got a little sick, I didn't do anything this week, or the past few days anyway, and also since the outbreak happened right after I posted, I think last week. That's when I first started hearing about it. It's today, Wednesday. Oh yeah, so it's been a week. It was like last Thursday that one of the teachers said, you need to check the news because there's an outbreak. Some new cases. But there wasn't a lockdown. They just closed schools early because they were like, why risk it? We're going on holiday anyway. Makes sense. Yeah, so I don't know if I'll be doing anything for the holiday. I may just be sitting here. It's according to I'm still kind of stuffy. It's not a huge amount of fun to go out when you're stuffy and there's a plague and all that stuff. So I've just been kind of enjoying doing nothing here at home. Getting back in, trying to get, I didn't order, that's my proof that I didn't order food. I haven't been ordering the past couple of days. I've been actually eating real food. Went to the grocery store and then went to the market. So yeah. Here we go, that's it. All right. Sorry this video wasn't as exciting. Like I said, I'm not going out and doing much, so maybe next week I'll be out at a coffee shop or something. I can show you something interesting. See you guys later. I can't hit this button. It never works. That's a